Earlier tonight, I went to my nephew, my one of my younger nephews, not youngest. We just had a new addition on the 8th of this month to the family. My sister had her youngest child, but her son, which is her oldest child, I went to his basketball practice today, and as I was we were heading to his place or to his practice. I was in the car with my mother and him, and I remember it just, Lord places things in my mind. And I'm like, I completely forgot about this. I remember being 16 years old. I had my permit, and my mom was teaching me how to drive. I already kind of knew how to drive. There was a part of my life where one of my relatives allowed me to drive their car. So I had driven a car before, but not officially. So I had to act as though, this is kind of new when it's really not that kind of new. And I remember one time in particular, I turned onto a street and an ambulance was coming the opposite way. Actually, I'm sorry, it was coming the same way. And I was not pulling over. I was just driving my regular way. The ambulance is coming behind me. And by law, you should be pulling over. And I never pulled over. And my mom got so mad at me. She was like, and I'm paraphrasing, and Mom, I'm sharing this story just so people can understand that we can't be too above being corrected. In that moment, when my mother was telling me, son, you need to pull over, and this is the importance of pulling over. It's safety. It's the law. Somebody can be in the back of that ambulance that needs help, and if you're not pulling over, you may be hindering them from getting to the help that they need or getting to the hospital to be able to have their life saved. And I was a bit embarrassed, because at one point in my life, and I'm still working on this, I was really a perfectionist. I really wanted to be able to do everything right. And whenever I did something wrong, I felt very disappointed in myself. And I used to be able to kick and beat up on myself. And I felt really bad. I was like, but I understood what my mother was saying, and I agreed. And I'm like, yep, I should have pulled over. I wasn't above correction. And there's some of us that are struggling that has this area of opportunity where we're trying to be above correction. We're wanting to do everything right, and if somebody's telling you that you're doing something wrong, that's when we cop an attitude. That's when we get defensive. That's when we deflect. That's when we shut down. That's when we be dismissive. It's not time to be dismissive. It's time for you to listen to what the person's saying. And while they may not say it the way that you want them to say it, it's really not a cool way to really tell you that you've done something wrong, other than saying, hey, let's take a look at this and let me show you exactly where I'm coming from with this. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. And be receptive to what they're saying, because what they're saying is in love. What they're saying is they're trying to help you be the best version of you. Psalm 12:1 says, whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. Some versions replace that word brutish, stupid. Those people that hate reproof, those people that hate people that's going to correct them, they never obtain knowledge. And knowledge is essential for you to be able to help people obtain the things that they need to obtain in their life. It's essential for you to be able to have the wisdom, and the wisdom that you have coming from God. God is going to correct you. The Lord corrects those that he loves, the word says. And so if we are made in his image and we are reflecting him, if we're correcting each other in love, then why are we turning our way or turning our opportunity away from being corrected? It's because it doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. It makes us feel embarrassed. But what's the source of the embarrassment? Is it our pride saying that we're never wrong and we should always have the answers? It's our society that's conditioned us to say that you can never be corrected. A teacher's always a student. The minute that a teacher stops being a student is the minute that the teacher cannot lead people effectively. And if you're a teacher, we're all different teachers of something. You're a teacher of something, whether you want to admit it or not. You're a teacher of something, and people are relying on you, but you're not going to always have the answers. I don't know if this is a news flash to you or not, but you're not going to always have the answers. And if you're not always going to have the answers, then there is going to come a time where you're going to need to be corrected. And so if you are not, or if you're being resistant, or if you're being combative against reproof or correction, that is when the foolishness starts. It's brutish. It's stupid. It's not wise for you to be against correction, because correction is helping you become the best version of you. And if you are being the best version of you, then you can help others become the best version of themselves. This is a domino effect. This is a snowball effect. We can prevent that snowball. We can prevent that avalanche if we just take a slice of that humble pie. I know it doesn't taste that good. I've had a couple slices myself. But here's another one. Take a slice.